Hi there, Wendy and Les here.
Hello everyone on a beautiful early spring day in St. John, the best city in Canada. Unfortunately, we start with some sad news today. We just learned this morning that New Brunswick is no longer the most affordable province in Canada to buy a home.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, that honor, if you can call it that, now belongs to Saskatchewan, which makes a lot of sense. New Brunswick never made sense as the most affordable place in Canada because look at this beauty that we're seeing right here.
Exactly.
This is the Fundy Heights neighborhood, and you can see these gorgeous towering red and green maples in full bloom. Early spring, what do we got there? 18 degrees, nice ocean breeze coming off the water.
Blue skies.
But all is not bad news because New Brunswick is still the second most affordable province to buy a home in Canada and the most affordable province in Atlantic Canada to buy a home. And in fact, the Canadian Real Estate Association uses benchmark numbers, and the benchmark average price here in New Brunswick currently is around $320,000, which is less than half of the benchmark Canadian average price for a home. So you can get a lot for your money here. And as some of you will know, Wendy and I are both realtors with Royal LePage Atlantic, and we have helped 3 of our clients just recently purchase homes, their dream homes in this very neighborhood.
Yes, Fundy Heights.
So if you need help, if you're thinking of buying a home out here, you need some help, give us a call because the market just keeps getting a little more valuable here, and pretty soon we may drop down to the 3rd most affordable province for all we know. But
Yes.
getting back to this beautiful spring day, why are we out here doing a video today, Wendy?
Because we have some time off. No, I'm just kidding. We're here because we have a cruise ship in port. Woo woo, they're back.
The first time in 2 years.
Yes.
And you know, we've been with the pandemic, which nobody likes to talk about anymore. We've been at various times locked down for the last 2 years, and we have realized that if you're going to be locked down, this is the place to do it, because we've spent our time walking the beautiful tree-covered neighborhoods, walking on the ocean beaches, river beaches, and just exploring all the beauty that this province offers. But now things are open, and we get to see a cruise ship.
Yes. So this specific cruise ship was rerouted from Bermuda. So it wasn't supposed to be here today. It was kind of like a last minute change because I guess Bermuda is having a small hurricane.
Yeah, some kind of tropical storm weather. So
Yes.
the lucky passengers on there that thought they were going to have to suffer through Bermuda get to enjoy St. John instead. So some people just get all the luck. And they're here on a perfect day, so
Yes.
you couldn't ask for much more.
Yes.
So we're going to try and show you the views of the cruise ship because we haven't been able to do that since we started our channel. They have not been here. But they do hold a special place in our hearts because that's how we discovered St. John, was coming here on a cruise.
It was, yeah. We took a cruise from New York City, and it was our first time in St. John. And, well, we had mixed, I guess I had mixed feelings about St. John when we first rolled in here just because it was a miserable day. Now, if we had showed up on a day like today.
Yeah, Wendy doesn't have the foresight that I have to recognize beauty without the sun shining. And look at me, Wendy's encouraging me to all you viewers to come to a complete stop at a stop sign, which apparently irks a few of you. So there you go. It's happened at least once today.
Can you see the cruise ship there?
So we're gonna get some
barely.
better views. But yeah, we came here for the first time ever in the Maritimes in 2016, October, so the weather wasn't great. Within a year and a half, we had moved here because this cruise planted the seed. And then, 4 years later, we're now helping other people move to this area because this is how strongly we believe in this city and this province, and we love being here and we love helping other people.
Yeah, and St. John is kind of taking off. There's quite a few things going on here these days with the Fundy Key project, and
Yeah, and unfortunately, some of that is in progress, and it's not going to make, if, in all honesty, the best impact on some of these cruise passengers. Our favorite place in the city, the boardwalk, has been shut down and replaced with a temporary boardwalk, but they are compensating for that by installing a container village, which we're going to try and get a peek at as well.
So explain what the container village is.
So the container village is something that, as we understand it, used to be always put in place for the annual Area 506 Music Festival, 506 being our area code. And they would put in a container village for vendors to sell, food truck stuff, souvenirs, that sort of thing. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
And so this year, instead of just doing it for the festival, they're doing it for the whole summer to help the cruise ship passengers. And I think today is its grand opening with this ship in port.
So I'm gonna zoom in here. Hang on.
So there you have the entire city skyline, and that one cruise ship just dominates it, which gives you a little bit of perspective of how big the cruise ships are and how big the city is, the downtown core.
Yeah.
And stick with us, because we're gonna try and get right up close and personal with that thing. Because it parks right along Water Street, and so if the roads are open down there, which we're not sure if they are, but we hope they are, we're going to drive right by it and see if we can see inside somebody's balcony. Hopefully not while they're undressing. So this is Wallastock Park that we are parked at, and
yes.
This is overlooks Reversing Falls.
The first year we were here, we walked down here with some deck chairs, and we sat here on Canada Day and watched all the fireworks over the downtown or uptown core.
Let's go on to the next step here. So this is kind of the unofficial start to the cruise season. We did have a couple of other ships in port, but they were teeny tiny little ones. And we're going to drive around the park because we're going to follow all of the posted traffic rules as best we can. This is a beautiful park.
It is.
We did a video of it where Wendy claims that it's haunted.
It's totally haunted. So it used to be a asylum,
a psychiatric hospital.
Yes, and so I guess some of the patients from that hospital still walk the grounds, apparently.
Yes, but they're not alive.
No.
And it is a beautiful green space. We've come here several times for picnics with family members and
Yes.
people visiting us from outside the province.
It's just, it's the perfect place to pack a lunch and come out and just take in all the views, because it's probably the best place to see all of the uptown core.
So I don't know what things are like in your city, but here everything is in full bloom, absolutely gorgeous. Green space galore, and it doesn't matter where in the city you are, there are parks everywhere. We did a walking video uptown where we came across 4 different parks, all within the uptown core. We never get tired of exploring the city. And we know that some of our local viewers shake their heads at us because we get a lot of our facts wrong, but we try our best.
We
and
do.
We do mostly just share our experiences.
Yes.
So now we're going to head along the Route 100, which goes right along the harbor. We'll get some more views of the cruise ship and hopefully get one a little more up close and personal. And then
So if you went straight ahead here, you would run into Moosehead.
Moosehead Brewery.
Yes, and that place is an amazing place to visit because you can go in, and they have like a huge patio there with, fire pits and stuff, and you can get, what did we get there?
Beer.
Yeah, we get lots of beer, but what are they called?
Flights.
We get flights, so you can taste all sorts of different types of brews, and it's fun. Sometimes they have live entertainment there, and it's just a fun place to go.
And Moosehead is now the largest actual Canadian brewery in the country, because the other major breweries are mostly owned by out-of-country companies. So now we're running into an issue on this little bridge. Not sure why. Hopefully nobody jumped. Oh, and they put up the sign. I was really mad and ranting about this sign not being here for Reversing Falls.
Now it's back.
And that was just 2 days ago.
Yeah, because we walked past here.
Yeah.
We walked to Uptown and went to the pub.
Now we just got to get these two beautiful restaurants open back up.
Yes.
As we also ranted about recently.
We did.
But this is a very old bridge. I think it's over 100 years old, but don't quote me on that, locals. And beside us is a railway bridge, and they are doing some work here to add, I believe, bicycle paths and pedestrian paths across this bridge. But I'm not sure if that's what the holdup is.
There's there's an emergency vehicle there, so maybe there was a small accident or something.
Probably somebody not obeying all the posted traffic signs. Sorry, I get a lot of flack because occasionally I don't.
He rolls. He stops and rolls through stop signs. But
I use the earthquake preparedness routine for that. So we're going to approach the city, the uptown core, and hopefully, sorry for the slowdown here, but it's going to be worth the wait to get the views that we're going to see. And we have more cruise ships coming this week. Tomorrow, which one's coming in tomorrow, Wendy?
So it's the Oasis, and that's a scheduled ship, and it's the largest cruise ship that's ever come to port in St. John.
Yes, and one of the largest in the world. It's a Royal Caribbean ship, and then later on the week, I think on the 11th, we have another cruise ship coming. So we are right at the start of cruise ship season. Now most cruises will come late summer and into the fall to see the beautiful fall colors, when all these beautiful greenery that we've been showing you starts to change color to red and orange and yellow and all that kind of thing. There is the ship off in the distance.
It's so beautiful, this view.
So this ship, as Wendy mentioned, was supposed to go to Bermuda. The tomorrow ship is a scheduled one that is visiting from New Jersey. It's visiting Halifax and St. John. And if you're interested in catching a cruise up here, we highly suggest visiting from New York or Boston or one of those places. It can be quite inexpensive, and they do stop at various places in the Maritimes. Halifax, sometimes Charlottetown, sometimes Cape Breton, and hopefully all the time beautiful St. John.
We're so excited to have them back. Like Les had said, it's been just too long without them. When we first moved out here, we sometimes saw 2-3 ships in port at a time, and it was just a lovely festive feeling. The city kind of comes to life, as you can see over here.
Now we will get better views, don't you worry. Down here to our right is the Harbor Passage, which we've also done videos of walking along, where you can walk the entire harbor front from Reversing Falls to Uptown. Oh, look at that.
I know, it's gorgeous.
So I believe that ship holds about 3,500 passengers.
It's beautiful.
And plus crew. Now, I don't know if it's going to be full, because the ships have been kind of scaling up their operations since the end of COVID. Because it's all over. Alright, so look at that view.
Just gonna pan in.
So that is the adventure of the seas. Right in Uptown, and we're going to keep going, drive. We're going to keep going and drive into Uptown and try to get an even closer up view. Maybe we can even see what's happening in that container village that we mentioned. Mm-hmm. And we'll try to show you the temporary boardwalk patios have opened up, and it's going to be a little short-term pain for long-term gain, because eventually they will be year-round patios, whereas they've been seasonal up to this point. But it is a bit of a shame that they had to take them down and replace them with temporary ones for this year only. We're also learning about some modifications that are going to happen to the street patterns here, where we will have more cycle-friendly and pedestrian-friendly streets heading into Uptown, which is terrific news. We've had a couple of our clients that have inquired about a cycling infrastructure, and it's never been really, I don't think, a huge deal because we don't get a ton of traffic. But as the city is growing, there is going to be more of a focus placed on a cycling infrastructure. So that's great news.
So lots of road work going on right now.
Yeah, summertime road work's kind of a Canadian tradition, I think.
It is.
Used to hate it when we lived in BC because it would take hours to get past things, but here it takes minutes sometimes.
Yeah.
Alright. So this is Main Street, and this is where they will be, I believe, eliminating one of these 3 lanes and adding a cycling and pedestrian lane, which is great.
So Les and I just recently booked a cruise.
Yes. We are actually heading back to the west coast from where we came, and we're going to cruise up to Alaska.
Yes.
We're looking forward to our first non-pandemic holiday.
Yes. We've been back to BC once during the pandemic, but that's as far as our travels have taken us.
Yeah, and we're hoping to see some of our friends and family make the trip out here, because now that everything's open up, we have had some people visit us, and they've all been kind of just as impressed with the city and area as we have been. So we're hoping more of you get a chance to come out and view what we have to offer here in St. John at the second most reasonable price homes in Canada.
All right, so now we're heading into the Uptown core.
St. John Center. And this is the place we've shown you many times. Historic, incredible architecture, just beautiful.
It's the Red Rose building there.
Red Rose Tea Company.
Yes.
And Market Square is ahead of us, the New Brunswick Museum.
So I am going to try to pan in a little so we can see things up close. As we roll past certain areas.
So coming up on our right, we will see the temporary boardwalk patios. This crossway here is the pedway, which we've pointed out many times and done a video of.
All right. Oh, we might luck out and get to stop here at the lights. All right. So as you can see, they do have a temporary patio in place. It's not quite the same. And look at that over there. There's the cruise ship.
All this construction in the foreground is part of the Fundy Key project, which will be bringing all kinds of new commercial, residential, and retail development to the waterfront here. But we'll still have room for all these cruise ships.
Yes.
So we're just waiting at the light, and we're gonna, oh, look at that, we got the light. We're gonna see what we can see as we go along Water Street.
So the cruise terminals were used as vaccination clinics during the pandemic.
We got vaccinated there. So only trip to a cruise terminal in several years.
Look at that. Oh, so pretty.
We were in Uptown. We walked here from our home on the west side on Saturday, and we sat out on the patios in beautiful, perfect spring weather. Everything is open. Everybody's welcoming. Look at that.
It's amazing.
I think we're approaching the container village. You see all these containers?
Yes.
Of course, St. John being a huge port, we get a lot of containers here. So kind of fitting we would have a container village. Steamer's Lobster right on the other side of the road from the cruise port.
Steamers is so fun because you can just crack shells on the table. It's very informal, but they have great food there.
Village. That's behind these gates. All opened up. First of 2 cruise terminals, Marco Polo.
Marco.
Polo. There's the ship. Look how close that is. It's right in the heart of Uptown.
That's pretty amazing.
And our second cruise ship terminal is Jubilee for when we have a second cruise ship in the city. And sometimes we get 3.
We do.
They park along the Long Wharf.
Yes.
Just gonna see if we can get one last view. So these building on our left here, this glass building is all condominiums, and people can just sit out on their balconies and watch the cruise ships.
Oh, look at that.
So there it is. There's your view of the Royal Caribbean Adventure of the Seas. Tomorrow's cruise ship will be even bigger than this one. And we are in the heart of Uptown St. John, and we are just happy to welcome the cruise ships back to the city.
Woo woo!
That's about it, I think, for this video.
Alrighty, well, the cruise ships, the sunshine, the tourists, another reason why we love St. John.